Once again, you all are welcome in my channel. First of all, I want to thank you all to give me a support and to like my last video, which is based on plagiarism. And after that, I made one video on how to choose a title of a research paper so that it get published easily in Scopus SCI and IEEE journal. Today video is also a very interesting, and the topic is given by one of my subscriber, and the topic was very interesting in itself, that is how to write an abstract, an effective abstract for a research paper so that it get easily published in SCI, IEEE or Scopus journal. So without wasting time, let us start this video and we will see how to write an abstract in a good and effective manner so that it gets selected in the SCI or Scopus journal. So let us start. So for the sake of convenience, I already made one PPT for you so that it is easy to convey the message is what I want to tell you. First of all, understand what is an abstract. An abstract is a summary of a larger piece of work that aims to persuade readers to read the full document. Essentially, it acts as a shop window and enticing people to step inside. Whenever we go to the market to purchase something, we do generally see the things first of all from the window, then go into the shop and purchase that. Likewise, same, the abstract is just like a window. The most of the readers, they read abstract. From the abstract itself, the reviewers and the editors, they came to know about the quality of the paper. So most of the papers are rejected straight away on the basis of their abstract, or they are sometimes they are accepted by straight away by seeing this abstract as well. So abstract is one of the very important for research paper. So now the abstracts are written to accompany a journal research articles or book serial chapter, but you are also likely to be asked for an abstract when applying to write a paper for a conference. So in this video you will find the tips that will help you to prepare the both. They include specific guidelines on how the abstract should be written and presented, including a maximum word count also. So let us start. Why is an abstract important? This is a very important question in the front of everyone. So typically your abstract is the first element of your published work that anyone sees. It provides the ideal channel to convince them that your work is worth their time investment. For example, editor will use it to help them decide whether to send your submission out for peer review, and reviewers will refer to it when deciding whether to accept that review invite. Unless you have published your work open access, the title and the abstracts are the only part of the article that are freely available to everywhere. So, and it is abstract is something which everybody put on in open access so that the reader can have an access to that, and once they like the abstract, they will go for the full reading of the paper. So mind it, abstract itself, it is a very important. So move towards next. The reader will decide whether the rest of your article is interesting to them while they are reading your abstract, and the more researchers would read your work, the more chances you have it will be cited in further research. Many of the times I found many researchers, they are behind the citations, and citations will be automatically come if your abstract and your paper are of good quality. So with so much at stake, it is well worth taking the time to craft a strong and compelling abstract. This is the point on which I am putting stress every time, that you must have an abstract, so that because all the paper is on the high stake because of your abstract only. So let us start with a few essential points to remember when writing your abstract. You should report the essential facts contained within the document, not include material that does not features in the main text. Avoid abbreviations that are only explained in the main text. Your abstract should be able to stand alone, not dwell on the previous literatures. This is a summary of your work, so be careful. You should have to care all these 4 points whenever you are writing a paper abstract for a research paper. So move towards the next. Many authors recommended waiting until the rest of your paper or a chapter is complete before writing your abstract. Whenever you decide to write it, your abstract should be a statement that gives the reader context. Most journal author guidelines set a maximum of 250 words, including keywords and articles classification. So the word length is also very important. It must not be greater than 250 words. So move towards the next. See, these are the 4 points which I recommend you. You should have to split your abstract into these 4 categories. Number one is purpose. This is where you explain why you undertook this study. If you are presenting new or novel research, explain the problem that you have solved. If you have building upon previous research, briefly explain why you felt it was important to do so. This is your opportunity to let readers know why you choose to study this topic or a problem and its relevance. Let them know what your key argument or main finding is. So your purpose must be included in the abstract. While after the and one very important point that I have to mention here, that you should have to write an abstract after writing your whole research paper. That will be, by this way you can write the very effective, kind of abstract, because you know the flow of the paper and you know how, where you mentioned and what purpose, what results you included into that. So come to the next point, study design methodology and approach. Yes, this is again very important. You must have to add study design methodology approach. This is how you did it. Let's readers know exactly what you did to reach your results. For example, did you undertake interviews, whether you take some experiments, how you calculated that experimental result or data set, whatsoever you have, you should have to express that in the methodology and approach into the abstract. Next one is the finding. Here you can explain what you found during your study, whether it answers the problem you set out to explore, and whether your hypothesis was confirmed. You need to be very clear and direct and give exact figures rather than generalize. It is important not to create an expectation that your paper won't fulfill. So be fair. Whatsoever your finding is, you must have to explain that only, and you have to be careful while describing them. You need not to be make the befooling of the people or a reader. Everyone is very intelligent. You must have to put your point very clear into that. Now the next point is originality value. This is your opportunity to provide readers with an analysis of the value of your result. It is good idea to ask colleagues whether your analysis is balanced or fair, and again it's important not. You can also conjecture what future research steps could be taken. So this is how you can write a very good abstract. Basically this is what we call by organizing the abstract into these 4 category, that is purpose, methodology, finding and originality value. This is what we call structural abstract, and most of the journals they accepted it as a structural abstract. I know the Emerald is one of the most important journal. They very good journal of SCI and Scopus. I have one paper also into that, and they always, in all of their journals, they follow these guidelines. They basically write the abstract in this manner. By writing the abstract into this manner, one can have a clear understanding about the purpose, the methodology, the finding and the originality value, which will have a clear understanding of the paper, what the author did in his or her full paper. So let us move forward. The following three items should be included if relevant to your paper: research limitation, practical implication, and social implication. If they are also applicable to your research study, you must have to add them into your abstract. Follow the chronology of the paper using headlines as guidelines if necessary. Make sure there is a consistent flow of information. This is very important. Your flow of information must be consistent and it must be understandable. The language should be active rather than passive, like we carried out this analysis rather than an analysis was carried out. This is very important. Most of the researchers who are new in this field, they passive language, which is very bad. They should not be used we, they, I. Rather, they should have to like, as I shown in the example. It is also important to use relevant keywords and the technical language to help potential reader find your paper. What are the keywords? These are the words or the phrases a researcher might use when searching for a paper on this topic. This is a just kind of keyword. Sometimes people misunderstood what is keywords. Keywords basically do the digital marketing kind of thing of your paper. If you put the clear keywords like your working area is simulation or a synthesis or a design, so you must have a clear cut or sensors, so you must have to put them into the keywords so that it can be easily recognizable for the further references. So this is very important, where the researchers, most of the researchers lacking. So tips for writing abstract for a conference member. Very quickly we will see this. This is slightly different to writing a journal abstract, and in this scenario the abstract is likely to be written before the paper has been prepared. A few tips I am giving you, that is, clarify in your paper mind the purpose of the paper. Look at the themes of the conference and keep them in the mind as you write. Very important. According to the theme of the paper, according to the theme of the conference, you should have to write the abstract. Ask yourself the following: what approaching I am using? Is it a review, description, or supporting, or a hypothesis? What are my findings? What is the significance of my finding? I advise you to write them separately and then club them to form a combined abstract. Quite often the submission procedure will dictate the format and the number of the word of the abstract should follow. Make sure you stick to any word limit given, because if you write more than the prescribed limit, then it will not be counted. Choose your keywords carefully, ensuring the key themes of the conference are referenced. So this is a tips for writing a abstract for a conference paper. I think this video is little bit lengthy, but it will help you out. And as we mentioned in the starting of the video, the abstract is as when we go to the mall and we saw the several things through the window, and if we like that thing, then we are go inside the shop and purchase it. In the same way, when the abstract is like a window through which one can understand whether they have to read your whole research paper or not, and they came to know about the quality of your paper. And for SCI, Scopus and IEEE journals, this is the abstract plays a very important role. Your selection or rejection totally depends upon how effectively you write your abstract. So I hope you like this video, you understand the points, the theme what I would like to mention here, and you will follow it and your future submission in SCI, IEEE and Scopus journal, and that will give you a high chances of your submission or selection into that. So with this hope, I ended this video here. We will come back with some more innovative concepts soon. Till then, stay tuned. Bye bye. Thank you.